Greetings to you all. This is your best moment, when you see AIM Agriculture is here and you know it's another learning moment and there's something new for you. My name is Antonio Innocent Mdongi. I'm a full-time poultry plug. And if you're new to our YouTube channel, guys, kindly hit the subscribe button, like and share. We are on a journey to 500,000 subscribers. Don't be left out. And guys, there's nothing good as the masterclass we've done. Check out our website. The description is the link below. Get yourself the masterclass. It is worth it. Honestly, for those who have enrolled and those who are learning, it is worth it. It is worth it. Today, we want to know, how can you start a simple and successful broiler farm? Simple and successful broiler farm. And there are common things like, getting the right place, getting security, a place that is secure. That one I'll not talk about it because I've done it in the previous episodes. Those factors are the same as the factors in starting a successful layer chicken farm. I want to talk about factors that are different in broilers and layers. So I'll mostly focus on broilers. So for those that are common, just get them in our other episodes that we did, like how to start a successful layer chicken farm. Feeding. In the 2 episodes that we've done on broiler farming, you realize that the profit margin is so slow. It's so low. You can make between 10 shillings and 60 shillings, ceteris paribus, if all factors are held constant, assuming that no mortalities or mortalities are extremely low, you will make that money. So, how will I make this profit? You cannot make that profit if you're going to do broiler farming just the normal way, like other farmers do. You feed the birds for the period of 6 weeks. The first 3 weeks, you're giving them starter crumbs. Then the next 3 weeks, you're giving them finisher mash. Practically, farmers are feeding their broiler birds. For the first 2 weeks, they'll be given starter crumbs. And then the remaining 4 weeks, they'll be given finisher feed. Look at it this way. A bag of starter crumbs is 300 shillings higher than a bag of finisher mash. So, feed your birds ad libitum, that is for broilers. And we said in the previous episode how much feed you need to feed 100 birds ad lib so that you can get those results. We look at our market. Mostly produce your birds depending on what your market needs. Now, I've jumped from feeding. So you got me the first tip of how to feed the birds. The other very important thing in starting a successful broiler business is actually the market. Whom are you producing for? When are you producing for? And what are you producing? The market wants the birds bought in kilos. So you're working towards attaining a certain weight. So understand your market first. Never do broiler farming if you don't have a market. Broiler is not for gamblers, like layers. Sorry to say that. For you to produce broilers, you have to know, whom am I producing these birds for? The profit is 60 shillings if at all you're going to feed the birds for 6 weeks. But if you feed them for 6 weeks and 1 day, you're out of the business. You start eating into your profit like immediately. Why do we emphasize and say, who are you producing for? We say, who are you producing for? Because most of the Kenyan markets want broilers consumed in fresh form. You slaughter the birds, they're delivered to the market in fresh form, not in frozen form. Not in frozen form. So if you're going to kill the birds, or rather prepare the birds, then you think that you'll freeze them. As you wait for the market, you will be surprised. You will sell them at throwaway price. They will tell you these birds are frozen. You could have frozen some water in them, so that they are not on the right weight. Some people, I don't know, because they are the ones who are in the hotelier industry, they say that when a bird is frozen, and then they deep fry it, after defrosting it, now they are frying it for the consumers, the meat is small. It shrinks like after cooking. So that's why You have to understand your market, because this is what is happening on the ground. Come on. This is not rocket science. If you are going to start broiler farming and you assume what you're telling you are stories, until you practice it is when you meet this. So, if your market wants you to produce for them frozen birds, well and good, do that. Know how much your market is going to consume. Because for broilers, if you produce in surplus and you got nowhere to sell, you're eating your pocket. So in broilers, you have to be so sure about the market. The other very important thing is now, because the profit margin is low in broilers, then you look at it this way and say, you have to check all other factors of production. Stress, diseases. Diseases will be managed through biosecurity. I've sung this so many times, and I've explained to you elaborately in the masterclass the simplest and the most efficient biosecurity measures in a broiler farm. Vaccination. Although I've discussed this in the masterclass, but I can give you a hint about it. Broilers are both pre-vaccinated just like layers, although the broiler vaccine program alternates every 7 days. The first 7 days, you'll give them the first gumboro. The next 14th day, you'll give them now the second Newcastle dose. And the 21st day, you'll give them the last dose of the Newcastle disease. Don't assume and say, because these birds, I'm going to dispose them soon, I'm not going to vaccinate them. Why vaccinate them? You might be lucky. The birds might go to the market. They have not been affected, but that's gambling. You lose one broiler. You're hitting hard into your profit. Broilers can only be profitable if you're going to look at numbers. In broiler, you make more money because of economies of scale. So the more you produce, the more you will make. So I mostly advise farmers, if you have to do broilers farming, then it has to be from 300 birds or even 200 birds upwards. Do your proper timing. Timing. Okay. Now we are going to have Christmas coming a few weeks from now. So you time yourself to produce for Christmas. But producing for Christmas does not mean that your birds will be ready on the 25th. Who told you people buy birds on the 25th? Have your birds ready a week before that very day, so that the birds can be disposed. As you're headed towards Christmas, you are almost finishing your numbers. That is what we call timing. Or rather, I can say proper timing. You are there. You want to start broiler farming. Broilers are birds that suffer from heart attack like yesterday. That means that too much heat, you get heat stress, the birds collapse. Too much lighting affects their feed intake, and that automatically affects their FCR, which is their weight gain. When you have loud bangs, unnecessary noises, too much rain, even thunderstorms, you lose your birds. So the other factors that you pay attention to are common things which I don't want to talk about. Like, you need to have money, you need to have resources, you need to get land, it needs to be strategically positioned, you need to be near your market. These are obvious things that we've talked about them in our episodes, especially during the episodes I've been doing on the layer farms, how to start a layer farm. The same factors apply on how to start a successful broiler farm. But these three key things I've talked about: feed, vaccination, market. And I've really spent good time on the markets and the risk, which is now in terms of disease management and in terms of market fluctuations. Those are the key things we have talked about. Let nobody lie to you that, you know what, you need to invest in processing, you need to invest. Processing. Are you going to beat QMP? You need to invest in storage. Who told you people consume frozen birds here in Kenya? We are on the ground. We are doing it practically. This is a broiler farmer. Check out our masterclass, guys, and enjoy so much. I'm hoping you're going to learn. You're going to contact me and say, I've learned this. I didn't know how it's done. Now I've learned how it's done. Who loves you more than AIM Agriculture does? Love you.